Hello, hola, kyobole, barev, kamusta, annyeonghaseyo. Hi, how are you? Good afternoon. Well, that was my international hello. Welcome, bienvenidos to Calaveras y Flores de Papel. Mi nombre es Guillermo Garcia. My name is Guillermo Garcia, and I am a librarian for the Glendale Library Arts and Culture Department. And today, we have librarian specialist Isi Santos from Brazil and customer service assistant Selena Rivera Sereno, who is Mexican American. Thank you for joining us this Saturday afternoon, October 24, 2020. It is 2 p.m. in Los Angeles, California. As you know, this year we cannot meet in person at the library, but we are here for you. 2020 has been a very challenging year, and we have to be at home a little more than we normally do. And we cannot go out as much. But do you know what you can do when you have nowhere to go? You can read, because reading will take you to places that you have never been to before. Reading will open your mind and heal your soul. Because remember, when you cannot go outside, it is time to go inside. Plus, we have many great free books, audiobooks, movies, music, free classes, tutorials, story times, book reviews, databases, and many other resources for you for free at the library website, which is www.glendalelac.org. The library is still closed, but we are offering curbside pickup service. You can find more information in our website as well, and the link is below in the video in the description.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Isi Santos, and I'm a librarian here at Glendale. I'm sorry, let's see a little small snag here. Okay, I think we're good. I am going to introduce you to what we're doing today. First, I want to say thank you for being here today. We are at the Makerspace. Let me actually show you my background real quick, where I am right now. I'm in the Central Library at the Makerspace, and we do have workshops happening this month and next month. And let me see if I can do that. Nope, okay. And I just wanted to give you a heads up that we are active and we're doing a lot of crafts and really wonderful events. And today we're gonna be doing that as well. We're gonna go over some of the craft materials that came in the craft bag that you can pick it up at Glendale Central, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. And just so you know, this is all part of the Be the Change series. The Be the Change series started this month, and we are going through June of 2021. And it's a series that's focused on inclusion, diversity, equity, and anti-racism. And this month it is Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month and Dia de los Muertos. So we have events all the way to November 2nd, and celebrating Dia de los Muertos. And you can get more information about all of the events we have on our website. And next month we'll be celebrating Native American Heritage Month. So we will have quite a few events as well, and they start on November 5th with Echo Hawk, it's author talk. And then we're gonna have a whole field month of exciting events as well for that. So just keep an eye out on our website for a lot of more events. So to kick off today's celebration of Dia de los Muertos, I'm gonna have Guillermo start, and he is gonna talk a little bit about Dia de los Muertos.
Today is a very special day because we are going to share with you a little bit of our culture, specifically about Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos, or Dia de los Muertos, which is a Mexican holiday that is celebrated in different parts of the world. We celebrate Day of the Dead 2 days. On November 1st, which our ancestors called Tlazochimaco or Mikaihuitontli, which is a celebration for our little dead, the children, o la fiesta de los muertos pequeños. And November 2nd for the adults, la fiesta grande de los muertos, or Xocol Huetzi, or Huemicahuitli. Those days, living and dead get together again to celebrate life and death. We believe that our beloved family members come back in spirit to visit us. And that's why we make ofrendas for them, and we dance, and we sing, and we eat delicious Mexican food, and we read and write Calaveras literarias, and eat pan de muerto, and decorate our houses with Day of the Dead art. And we also paint our faces and have a happy but very respectful celebration of life, because we are here for our families, to make our families stronger even beyond death. In fact, our ancestors believed that there is life beyond death, and that life is just a dream. So please enjoy life, love your family, and eat muchos tacos. Many people celebrate Day of the Dead throughout the world in different ways. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Mexico to celebrate Day of the Dead, maybe not this year, but hopefully the next one, I would recommend going to the Pueblo Mágico de San Andrés, Mixquic, in Mexico City. On the night of November 2nd, they have a unique ceremony called La Alumbrada, in which the cemetery glows from thousands of candles and smoke from incense or incienso, creating a very unique environment and experience. Other places to visit in Mexico City are Xochimilco, Coyoacán, and the Mexico City Day of the Dead Parade, o el Desfile Internacional de Día de Muertos de la Ciudad de México, which goes from El Zócalo Capitalino through Paseo de la Reforma all the way to Polanco. It is almost 8 kilometers or 5 miles long. I read that last year, almost 2 million people attended the parade. So it is an amazing experience. Other places to visit in Mexico are Tepoztlán in Morelos, Metepec in the state of Mexico, the state of Oaxaca, Janitzio and Pátzcuaro in Michoacán, Cuetzalan in Puebla, San Miguel de Allende in Guanajuato, and many, many other magic towns that you will find throughout the almost 2 million square feet in Mexico, from Quintana Roo to Tijuana. The largest celebration in Los Angeles, the largest Day of the Dead celebration in Los Angeles, takes place at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Hollywood. Of course, we also have our own local Dia de los Muertos event in Glendale, which is organized by the City of Glendale, the City Clerk's Office, the Library Arts and Culture Department, the Glendale Latino Association, members of the community, and many volunteers. This year, we are celebrating online, but we hope to see you next year in person on the streets of downtown Glendale. An interesting event that happens also in the first days of November is that the monarch butterflies fly from Texas and Canada, and they come to Mexico those days. We believe that the butterflies are the souls of our dead. And now Isis is going to tell us a little more about our programs.
Okay. See, thank you, Guillermo. Thank you everyone for being here today once again. And sorry if we have any major or minor snafus with technology, that happens in this new normal that we have right now. So I just wanted to introduce you to a little bit of what we're doing today. And while he's getting ready and he is setting up, he's gonna show us his ofrenda. We are going to go over the kit that we received. So let me make sure that you have my hands here. As you can see here, you can pick up these craft bags at Glendale Central Library this week all the way to October 31st. And you can grab them and you will have here, we have all these components inside. They should have 2 pipe cleaners. We have colored pencils. We have some tissue paper, a template for Papel Picado, and we have also coloring sheets for adult and children. Here is more information about this event and other information that we might have. And then also we're going to be talking about, let me make sure that you can see me. Okay. We also make sure that you go on our website, and we're going to have, we already have some face painting and Calaveras Megathon events on our eglendale.org/Hispanic Latinx. And we have quite a few events there and things that are coming up next month as well. So just keep an eye out for all the stuff that's happening. And events that we have right now, we're going to go over a little bit of what an ofrenda is and how the Dia de los Muertos and the symbolisms behind it. So Guillermo is going to go a little more over what he has set up over there for us. So let me get Guillermo back. There we go. Okay, Guillermo.
Yes. Can you see my ofrenda? This is my ofrenda. There are many elements in an ofrenda, and depending on the culture, people may include more or less elements. In general, an ofrenda may include the 4 elements: water, wind, earth, and fire. Las ofrendas o altares de Día de Muertos may have several levels. There are ofrendas of 3 or 4 levels, and mine has 7, which is one of the most traditional altars. Those levels represent the following. The first level at the top is for religious images and objects. In this case, I put an Aztec pyramid, like the one in Teotihuacan, to honor our ancestors. The second level is for candles and lights, which will guide and free the souls from the purgatory. The light of the candles represent hope and will also guide our loved ones in our world and back to their world. Candles may also represent fire. To light up the space, I have fairy lights because it is safer for indoors. I also have incense and copal in this level, which cleans the space where you put your ofrenda and also represents the wind. On the third level, we have salt, which represents earth, and also purifies the souls of our dead when they enter our world. The third level is also the level for children, so you can add toys, candy, and I shall sprinkle a Mexican dog, which will guide them in their journey. I also have water on these and other levels too, because our relatives come from far away. Their journey was long, so they are very thirsty. That's why we have water for them. Pan de muerto and sugar skulls are on level 4. And pan de muerto is a very special element in the ofrenda. It represents fraternity, family. The sugar skulls represent the presence of death. We also put the names of our departed loved ones. Level 5 is for their favorite foods. Our dead are hungry after their long journey, so we prepare delicious foods for them. As you can see right here, I have mole con pollo. I have fruits, banana, pomegranate, apple, avocado, lime, more water. And then this level is for their favorite drinks too. You know, it can be coffee. I have actually coffee right here, and water, hot cocoa, soda, or it could be something stronger too. I'm also adding Papel Picado on many of the levels, which represents the wind and happiness. Level number 6 is for photos of your loved ones. Level 7 is for flowers, especially marigolds. And crosses made from seeds. This one I made it from beans and coriander seeds. This one I made it from salt. The aroma and brightness of the flowers will welcome them and guide them into our world. I also built a path of marigold leaves to guide them to their ofrenda. There are other elements that you may add, like personal objects, like clothes or things they enjoyed when they were alive. For example, my dad used to read a lot, so I have added some books for him. My sister used to write, so I'm adding paper and pen and pencils and colors in case she wants to draw something. I have also added soap, water, a towel, a pillow, in case they want to refresh themselves and maybe take a nap. There's also a throw or a cobija right there. Well, that's my ofrenda. I hope you like it. And now it is time to do the craft. Isis, please tell us a little more about the grab and go kit and the craft.
There we go. Okay. So everyone, like I mentioned before, we have whole craft set up here. Hope you can see this well. Okay. So these are the coloring sheets. We're not going to use them right now. I'm going to make sure that this is what you see. Okay. So here we have the Papel Picado. I have a sample here, but I'm going to do this later. We're going to do the flower right now. So we have two different ways of making the flower. Actually, there's quite a few different ways of making the flower. But this is what you're going to be looking at. If you use one sheet like this, you can get something big, but not as full. Or you can get something smaller like this. And I have two here, as you can see. And we have the pipe cleaner to make the flower. So I'm going to be making a large one because the little ones take quite a bit of time and effort. Where did my scissors go? Right here. Okay, so with one sheet of paper like this, we have, you can use this for making, like I said, one big flower or little ones. So I'm going to cut this. And then I'm gonna accordion fold them. So let me go through it real quick. And like I said, I'm gonna make the bigger flower. Can you see it? Okay. And like I said, you can get these materials at here at Central Library, and you can book an appointment for curbside pickup. And they will be here for you. And if you have any questions about that or about any of this program, you can email us at libraryinfo@glendaleca.gov. We're here for you. We are doing all these programs, and we have a lot more coming up. Okay, so turns out actually I cut this a little more than I wanted. So I'm gonna make you the little flower. It's a little more challenging, but I'm sure you can manage it. So depending on the paper, the size of the paper you have, you will get different size of flowers. Also, you can round out the edges. You can create all kinds of things with it. And let's see. Okay, so right now I have this paper right here, and I'm going to accordion fold these. So let me move this out of the way. Okay. And essentially what you're going to be doing is this. And I hope you can see it. Essentially, I'm just accordion fold the paper in about, it's about one thumb. One thumb or finger. And then you're going to be, okay, so this is an accordion fold, and then you're going to use your pipe cleaner that comes in your bag, and you can make the stem for your flower. Okay, so here is, let me see if I can move this a little bit. Okay. So here you can see a little bit of, oh my God, there you go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so you can see a little bit of what it looks like. And the idea is you will open up the flower. So you will pull the leaves up like this. And while I'm doing this, Guillermo is going to talk a little bit more about the marigold flower.
Yes, so the marigold flower was originally called Mary's Gold, named after the Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus. In Spanish, we call this flower cempasúchil. And this word comes from the Nahuatl language, which is the language of the Aztecs. And it's formed by two words, centpoali, which means the number 20 or 20, and xochitl, which means rose or rosa. I'm sure you have a friend, relative, or coworker whose name is Xochitl or Rosa. We do at the library. So then, cempasúchil means a flower of 20 petals. Flor de 20 pétalos. The brightness of this flower guides our dead to the land of the living. The marigold is also called the herb of the sun, representing strong passion and creativity. And it's also associated with the legendary brave and courageous lion. That's looking really good, Isis.
Thank you. Yeah, so essentially I'll just keep going here until I finish. But it's a pretty straightforward craft. You can just grab as many tissue papers as you want. You also have a white one. A lot of people like alternating colors between the sheets. You can do white and yellow. You might have two yellows, one white. You can just go and fix them up however you want to decorate your altar. It's your decoration, and you can make however you want it to be. I am a big fan. I have this one here that I already made. I have the little ones that I mentioned before. I made a white one as well, as you can see here. And they all look beautiful, but the marigold essentially is orange. And you can, like tissue paper, you can just get as many as you want and decorate your whole altar if you want with paper flowers. You don't need to get real flowers if you don't want to. Of course, you can always buy the real marigold flowers. They're beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna just finish up real quick. I'm almost done. But you can see it's pretty straightforward, and it looks pretty full. So these paper, you can get different, depends on how you cut them, you will get different amounts of flour or how big it is and how full it gets. So if you use more sheets, you get more, but again, it gets fuller and it's harder to peel up. You can tell it's pretty hard to do this, but it can get really tricky. Okay, so besides this, we also have Papel Picado. Okay, So the Papel Picado that you have, it's a template that our dear Jeanette made, and she, and the key here is you're not gonna fold it in the right middle. You will fold it in the middle of the butterfly. The butterfly is a great guide for you. And like Guillermo said, butterflies have a special meaning. And you will fold it right in the middle. That's my recommendation for this particular template. You can also just free cut it however you wanna make. You can use tissue paper, or you can use any kind of thin paper that you want. Recommended to have very colorful, different colors of tissue paper, so you can do all kinds of beautiful displays on your at home. With the paper that you got from here, or you're gonna come here and get it, you can do four Papel Picados. As you can see here, I unfolded and I have 4 big pieces, and I'm gonna cut it right now. What happens is I'm gonna follow the template that Jeanette made us, and then you can also use that template as well to make beautiful Papel Picado. And let's see. I'm going, yesterday when I was prepping for this, and I made this one. Actually, I made quite a few at once. I was able to just use all 4. The 4th one is somewhere here. I used all 4 pieces of tissue paper, and actually, no, they're all here. Okay, so all 4 pieces of tissue paper with one template, and I was able to cut them all through, and this is what it looks like in the end. It's a beautiful, beautiful template. So you can use this one, or like I said, you can free cut it. So I'm going to do only one right now so you can see what it looks like. Let's see.
So let me tell you the story of Papel Picado. That's okay, this is?
Yes, please.
There's a town in Puebla, Mexico called San Salvador Huixcolotla, and it's considered the birthplace of Papel Picado. This town is known for their high quality Papel Picado. Papel Picado is mainly used for ofrendas and decorations of Day of the Dead. However, in the Latino culture, especially in Mexico, we use Papel Picado to decorate many special events like quinceañeras, weddings, and many other fiestas. Papel Picado has an influence from China. In fact, in Mexico, the tissue paper we use for Papel Picado is known as Papel de China, which means paper from China. And as you know, paper was a Chinese invention, so gracias China por el papel. Also, because Papel Picado is so light and it moves easily, it represents the wind in the ofrenda. And also, because it is very colorful, it represents happiness too.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut a little bit so you can have an idea of how to cut it. But essentially, you just follow the lines on one side. And you should be able to cut through and get 4 papers at once with the sheet that you got from the library. With the 4 papers that you have, you can have a beautiful decoration already with one sheet of tissue paper. And you can string them on the end. You can put just put a string in the end. You can roll it up and then put the string across all the way to hang them up. Another tip, just so you know, that I have here for you is that as you cut it, make sure that you follow along the lines, but you can be as free as you want. It's your, like I mentioned, it's your paper, it's your Papel Picado, and you don't have to follow along exactly to the T. Another thing, when you get to the smaller pieces, like this ones, right here, it can be a little trickier to cut through if you have 4 sheets of paper. So just keep that in mind when you go cutting. It might be a little difficult to cut through all four papers if you're doing the tiny little ones right here. So what happened yesterday, as you can tell, it was really hard for me to do it. So let me show you. Right here. These little star, I think you can see it. I only got 4 little pieces instead of 8, 6, 8, 8. So it's okay. It's my Papel Picado, and I did as best as I could here. And when I mean to fold it, you will fold in each of the, so when you get half of the skull, and you're gonna do half of the little thing, and then half of the little petals, and you can do also half of the triangle here, if you can see. So I would be cutting these and then going through and then making sure that I get all the pieces as I want. I'm not gonna go through all of these right now. I'm gonna let Guillermo talk a little more about the coloring sheets that came with your packet. So let me get you, Guillermo. There we go. Go ahead.
Thank you, Isis. So for the coloring sheets, we have 2 coloring sheets. Let me show you. I'm gonna make my paper flower later, my Papel Picado. Okay. So we have 2 coloring sheets. One is a sugar skull with 2 words in Spanish. Do you know what they mean? The words are con amor, with love. That's how we should do everything we do, right? Con amor. And then we have another coloring sheet of a skeleton with a sugar skull face, painting, checking out some books at the library. Una calaca que vino a sacar unos libros a la biblioteca, which means that everybody reads. I'm sure he will return those books on time, although we don't charge fines anymore, so he's good. Okay, so to color these coloring sheets, you may use the colors of Dia de los Muertos, which are purple, which signifies pain, suffering, grief, and mourning. Pink means celebration. White, purity and hope. Orange represents the sun. Red is the blood of life. Yellow represents marigold, flowers, life, and death. So this is the box, and then, like I said, we have the primary colors, except white, but your paper is white. The combination of these colors, the Day of the Dead colors, with the aroma of marigolds, copal, incense, Mexican food, and agave, create a very unique environment. You can use any colors you want. So I originally created this coloring sheet, and then this skeleton is really elegant and classy. So you can use black for the suit. Now, this coloring sheet with the skeleton has a surprise. I hope you can see it. It was created as a 3D drawing. As you can see, the ladder is a little crooked, but if you fold it from the middle and put it at a certain angle, now the ladder is straight. Also, as you can see, there are some stairs going down, which means that this guy, he could be a patron, a librarian, a writer, a student, or a book lover. He came from his world to our world, to the library to get some books. So let me show you. So then you fold the camera, the paper. Hope the light helps me here. And then you're gonna do actually this way. Let's see. Sorry, my lighting is not the best, but yeah, you have to play around with it a little bit. Sorry, just my light is not very good. I apologize for that in advance, but let's see. But at some point, if you see the ladder looks a little more straight, and then now it looks like he's coming from downstairs. And then he's going to go back to his house, right? And then there are all these books right here, and then the ladder, the shelves, and then all these are Papel Picados. When I created this coloring sheet, I thought about it like for adults, but anyone can color it. And this is the other one with the sugar skull. I used just primary colors and left everything white, most of it. But again, you can be creative, and even if you want to, you can even add more things here, more details. You can add little skeletons, more sugar skulls, names, basically anything else you want. I'm gonna color a little bit of this one.
Looks really good, Guillermo.
Thank you. And then, you know, in Mexico, we have a very special relationship with death. And that's why we celebrate death in many different ways, through art, poetry, food, music. We respect death. And we also fear death, but we also love death because it is here with us every day. In Mexico, we call death more than 100 names. Not because we don't respect death, but because our language is very colorful. Here are some of the names. La Flaca, La Huesuda, La Calaca, La Tilica, Doña Dientona, La Pelona, La Tía de las Muchachas. And then, you know, basically all these names basically mean, most of them, skinny. That's what they mean. And also when we die, when someone dies, we also call it different names too, like petatearse, colgar los tenis, estirar la pata, entregar el equipo, pasar a mejor vida. So those phrases are like, we say them just when someone dies. And then if there's time, I'm gonna read to you some Calaveras literarias that I have here for you. It's a type of poetry. It could be to someone alive or someone dead. So let's see. You can take your time coloring these coloring sheets. For me, for this one, it took me like a good hour because you see there's a lot of detail. You can be as detailed as you want. You can use any colors you want. And this is the way it should look. Perfect.
So Guillermo, I wanted to show what my Papel Picado looks like. So I'm gonna do a gallery view. So everyone here, you can see Guillermo's Calavera, and then you can also see my Papel Picado, which I'm cutting right now, but you can see I've made quite a bit of progress. Here you go. But I did not finish. This one is my finished one from yesterday. But Guillermo's gonna, like he mentioned, he's gonna talk about a little more about the Calaveras.
Yes. So can we see which cameras this is just really quick?
Yes.
Some Calaveras literarias. Okay. And now to translate is this one is going to be challenging. So I'm going to read it in Spanish. And this is the book. It's called Calaveras Cantaritas. Ok. Al tianguis de medianoche se acercó esbelta muchacha. Era la patas de hilacha que buscaba huitlacoche para darle buen sancoche. En la cena de difuntos la amenizará un conjunto que llegándose el momento, con hueso como instrumento, harán del baile el asunto. So basically, huitlacoche, it's a type of corn, the fungus of the corn. And tianguis is like a market. So I guess these words make sense in a Mexican environment at a market. Otherwise, it's not easy to translate. But as you can see, there's a rhyme, and it is like playful. Let me read another one. La copetona. Sin cabello, siempre lacia, de fino toque espectral, de cráneo a fosa nasal, en el rostro sin falacia, su curiosidad nos sacia y sus dudas bien gestiona. Aún rapada se emociona, pues con frente de rodilla no se siente ni se humilla si le dicen copetona. This is basically mocking a little bit dead, because she has no hair. If someone calls her or criticizes her hairdo, she's okay because she has no hair, basically. So some of these poems could be playful. They're not offensive. It's just being playful. And then there are many, many other calaveras literarias on this book. And I believe we have a copy at the library. You can see this great crafts, this great calavera. Great. So Isis, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I want to ask you, I know you're from Brazil, and then now you live in Los Angeles. How do you celebrate Day of the Dead? What does that mean to you, this celebration?
Okay, for me, in Brazil, we celebrate the dead on the 1st of November. We do have a Day of the Dead, but it's very different. It's not more of a celebration, it's more of like we do go to the cemetery and visit our loved ones, and we acknowledge how important they are in life, and we send them best wishes, and it's a very touching day. We don't have all these beautiful colors, but it's still a very meaningful day. But since moving here, and I'm gonna stop my video in my hands because I don't think I have anything else to show you guys in my hands. But since moving here, I've been very involved with Dia de los Muertos celebrations, and I helped out in the past few years with the Glendale Dia de los Muertos events, and I really enjoy. That's a holiday that's very meaningful and beautiful to me, and I hope next year we see each other in person in Glendale.
Awesome.
And for you, Guillermo, I know we did some interviews already, and you can check them out here in our YouTube. And we have interviews of different people and what Dia de los Muertos means to them. And we're gonna have more released in the next couple Mondays. And you can watch other people's point of view of the holiday as well.
Yeah, so actually this month we prepared a few videos, like book reviews, these videos about Day of the Dead. We have crafts, like we show you how to do face painting. So actually Janet did face painting, the face painting video, and then she also did this face painting right here. So you can learn. She also made calaveras de migajon. We have story times and several book reviews, and I think I already said that, but if you go to the website, you're gonna find all these programs, and there are more. I just from the top of my head, I don't remember, but we have more programs. If you click on that link for Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month, you're gonna see all these videos and programs that we prepared for you.
Yeah, and one really cool thing is that we just keep adding new things, new programs, new services as we're still here for you guys. And like I mentioned, for the makerspace, and that's why I'm here, we do have workshops coming up, and starting November, we will be giving out craft bags to go for those workshops. So make sure to keep an eye out for when they get released, and you can book them. They will be more interactive. It's about 6 to 10 people per workshop, and you actually will be able to interact with instructors a lot more. And another really cool thing is this coming month, like I mentioned, we have Native American Heritage Month, and we will have fry bread, and we're gonna have other really interesting videos coming up. And just keep an eye out. We also have story times, that we have live story times every Thursday at 10 a.m. and a ton of other videos for children, for teens, for adults on our website and on our YouTube channel. So please just have fun. We have a lot that we're being sharing. Okay, and Guillermo, did you want to show a little more of the coloring sheet that you did, or anything else?
Well, I'm gonna be preparing a video about Art of Day of the Dead, so I can give you a little show you. Like, for example, we have this type of art. These are like maracas, right? Like, for example, those Catrinas that you see in the back, the woman and the guy, La Catrina and El Catrín. Those are made from recyclable materials like cardboard boxes, and then just clothes. And I'm gonna show you a little bit about the process. So next week, I'm gonna be attempting to make my own pan de muerto, and I'll show you a little bit of the process as well. And then there are some instruments we use, like this one right here, coyoles. So if you see Aztec dancers somewhere, this is what they have normally on their legs. Right? I'm gonna show you alebrijes, which normally are from different states, but from Oaxaca, especially. Some more musical instruments. This one is really nice, it's the bird. So I'm gonna be showing you more of this Art of Day of the Dead in a video that I will be preparing for you in the next weeks.
And just like I mentioned, so this is the Papel Picado, and you can grab all of the supplies here at curbside pickup. Our curbside pickup hours are Wednesday and Thursday from 11 to 2 and 4 to 7, and then Friday and Saturday, 12 to 6. I'm here now. They're doing curbside out there, and we would love to see you. If you're interested in this, you can go on our website, eglandalelac.org/Hispanic Latinx, or send us an email to libraryinfo@glendaleca.gov. And we're more than happy to get you a craft bag so you can follow along. Also, you can learn a lot more about what's going on in the library. Like we both mentioned, there's plenty of events. And we would love to see what you're coming up with. We would love to see your Papel Picado, your coloring sheets. Like, just share that with us. You can hashtag GLAC, DDLM, that's GLACD as Dia de los Muertos. So GLAC, DDLM, just hashtag us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also hashtag GLAC. And just, we would love to see what you're coming up with and what beautiful art you're making. And yeah, we're here for you. And if you need books and you need help, just give us a call at 818-548-2021, and email is libraryinfo@glendalestate.gov. And just a little last thing, on our website, glendalelac.org. You can definitely find more information and programs for all ages, teens. There's like community service opportunities. You can find kids videos and kids programs and book lists for teens and children and for adults as well. We would love to see you on our website, like navigate and play around and let us know if you have any questions. We're more than happy to answer them. Yeah.
I would like to share a final quotation from a Mexican author, if that's okay, like a quote.
Yeah.
Don Miguel Ruiz is a Mexican author. He wrote the book, The Four Agreements, Los Cuatro Acuerdos. And he says that our real fear is not the death. Death is not the biggest fear we have. Our biggest fear is taking the risk to be alive. The risk to be alive and express what we really are. Let me say it in Spanish. Estar vivos es nuestro mayor miedo, no es a la muerte. Nuestro mayor miedo es arriesgarnos a vivir, correr el riesgo de estar vivos y expresar lo que realmente somos. So, let's run the risk to be ourselves. Los invito a que corramos el riesgo de ser nosotros mismos. Let's enjoy life. Vamos a disfrutar la vida.
Thank you, and thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be doing more of these events in the next months. Keep an eye out for them. They'll be on our website, and this is going to be recorded and be made available to you so you can follow along the crafts. If you have any questions, email us and we'll get back to you. And don't forget to stop by and grab some of the craft materials. Anything else, Guillermo?
Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed Calaveras y Flores de Papel. And yes, please share your coloring sheets, your paper flowers, your Papel Picado. We want to know from you. And let's celebrate Day of the Dead this year from home. And we'll see you next year at the library on the streets of Glendale celebration. It's going to be great.
Okay, thank you guys. And have a great Day of the Dead and a great year. We're almost over. It's almost the end of 2020, guys. So
yes, we hope 2021 is going to be a better year.
Let's hope so.